Really hoping you're having an amazing day. I'm replying to the comment that was on Monday and obviously day before yesterday. And I just want to explain that a bit further without me needing to rush and, just because last time I really rushed into explaining these things. So the question was about meditation, what meditation was, and the fact that this person, when they were trying to meditate, it seemed like things were getting worse as opposed to getting better. Now, to explain the meditation, I'll explain it in two ways, the ways that I like to use them. So the one way, and which the meditation is mostly used for, is to know yourself, is to learn about yourself, is to find out things about yourself, to see what your patterns are, to see what your behaviors are, to see what your thoughts are, to see the emotions that you're feeling, to sit down. I mean, you can sit, you can lay down, but let's say sit down, close your eyes and just observe. Just observe. Who are you? Where are you? What are your actions? What are your thoughts? What are the decisions that you made throughout the life that got you to where you are now? And then also planning on who do you want to be. So let's say you're a person that is maybe, let's say I can't a lot. Doesn't matter, I'm giving an example. And every day you go through life and you say, well, I can't do that, I can't cry, I can't be good at this, I can't do something new, I can't, whatever that may be. And you realize that you use that phrase, I can't, a lot. So you sit down and say, okay, I'll make sure consciously to every single time I think I can't, to just observe it, maybe see where it came from, make sure I'm not gonna be using it as much. Obviously, you have to be aware of that when it happens. And then what do I want instead of this? What do I want instead of saying I can't? You can say I can, obviously, which probably you're not going to believe in anyway. Then you can say, well, if others did it, I can do it. Well, if that person was able to go from where they were, which is similar to where I am, to where I want to be, which they are now, maybe I can learn from them, implement that, and if I put in the effort, I can become this person. So going into meditation, closing your eyes, making sure you don't have that external stimuli, make sure because of that is shut down, you're able to focus on yourself. The thoughts are going to get input the slower, and just observing where you are in that moment. What you want in life is to become that new version of yourself that is your ideal new. Only you know what that is, but your goal is to be from where you are now to that new version of yourself. However, in order for that shift to happen, you literally have to become a new person. Now, you become this by unlearning what you've been doing by now, which is, if let's say you want to get healthier, you maybe should stop eating junk food. Maybe you should start and implement more things. If you're, let's say, nutritional, you have a deficit somewhere. You know that what you're doing now, if it's health, is not serving you. So the unlearning part is stop doing that is not serving you. There's no bad or good. That is either what is serving you and what is not. You go into meditation and you tell yourself, this is what is not serving me. These are my actions, my behaviors, my emotions that I don't want to participate in any longer. And this is what I want in life. And then you practice this. So you have from what you don't want, what you can implement in your life to reduce that. So if you have negative thoughts, the thoughts that are not serving you, stop using those sentences, stop using words, by being aware when it is happening, by choosing something else, by choosing to just, observe them and then let them go. And then practicing the new self, practicing who do you want to become, practice that new reality, practice that new self. The brain works, first of all, on repetition. Brain works on, all of the past that we have and everything that has happened. Like, it's going from memory, it's going from the experiences, is doing things that happened in the past that were repetitive enough, that had that big emotion. That's why trauma or something really, really exciting, like, I don't know, birth of a baby, can be so memorable. So when you know that's what happens in order to, that created where you probably don't want to be, because a lot of us want, I don't know, better health or ideal partner or money, which is, we wish it because we don't have it. So what we want is to practice that. So you go into meditation, and when you do the first part, you say, okay, now let's experience what that new reality would be like. Let's experience how that person would behave like. Let's experience how this person would feel like. Let's experience the actions I would take. What behavior would I have? What would I be doing out in the world? The more you repeat that, when you close your eyes, when you open your eyes, your brain doesn't know what's true, what's not. You're the one who's telling it which one is true. So when you close your eyes and you have that whole scenario in your head, that whole film that you created, that is the most wonderful story that you've ever had in your life, and you want that to happen to you. So you put yourself as you're the one doing these things. You're the one who's feeling this. When you get that feeling, you get it by repetition. So you repeat what you want. When you meditate, you repeat, like I said, the first part. The second, you repeat your new reality from day to day. And then one day, if you don't feel it the first day, what is crucial in all of that is the emotion. What is your emotion? Don't look for it and have it in your head from the place of lack. Not going through it because I don't feel I have it. Go from a place of, I'm the creator of my own reality. This is my future. But your future has to be in the present. You have to become familiar with it in order for its manifestation in your life. And if you're waiting for the external to change in order for you to change, no. The only thing that would probably happen if you leave anything by chance is you're probably going to go downhill. So what you can do is create the future that you want in this present moment. When you become familiar with the reality that you want, as opposed to the reality that you have right now, you're gonna manifest it into your life. You're gonna align with people that you couldn't before because you were in a different vibration. You're gonna have different experiences. You're gonna draw in all of these beautiful things, see differently. You know how many times I give certain information to people, I give certain methods to people, certain tools. The amount of things that one can, implement to get the better life, they can't hear it, they can't register it. They can maybe repeat the sentence, but they just don't get it because they're not aligned with the information. So the first step in everything, when you change your life, when you want to work on yourself to be better, because everyone is awakening now, everyone is opening their eyes, everyone is realizing this world could be better. Everyone is realizing the information that we have been getting, there's something not aligning with that. There's something that could be better. Maybe it's false, maybe it's not for our best good. We are awakening, we're realizing we can do better, be better. And for a lot of the people, it's just they don't know what that is. They don't know where to turn, where to go. Hello. They don't know what to do. So the first step is information. Inform yourself how to educate yourself. Listen to YouTube videos. read books. I always want to say start from Dr. Joe Dispenza, because you have science behind his word. It's not a pseudoscience anymore. You have tons of research. You have his books that you can look into. You have testimonials of other people that he taught them how them to help themselves. So none of us can actually do the work for another human. No one can do, I can't do the work for you. I can only inform you what you can do, but then it's up to you, maybe if you need to gather more information to gather it, but then to actually do these things. To believe in yourself is crucial. If you don't believe you can do it, you probably won't do it. And maybe even if in this moment you don't believe it, when you try all of this, say to yourself, okay, I'm doing this, I don't know, for every day for the next year, for the next 2 years, I'm going to do it until it works. Because if people say this works, I'm not going to stop until I see transformation. I'm not going to stop until I see the evidence. Maybe I don't believe in myself, but I'm not going to stop until I change that belief. I'm not going to stop until I shift into that new reality. It's about being persistent in what you want. So if I tell you, sit in meditation, make sure you think about 2 things that when you think about them consciously throughout the day, you're going to be aware of them in that moment. You're not going to let them slip by you. And then what is the other thing that you want to manifest in your life? What is the other trait, let's say, that the new you is going to have? What is that? Become familiar with that person. Until you're familiar with that new you, you won't become the new you. So which part of yourself do you not like? How to unlearn them, which is stop doing what you're doing. If you are feeling bad emotions, low vibrational emotions that are not serving you. So the conclusion would then be, stop thinking those thoughts. However, just by saying stop, you won't stop. You have to observe them, then realize those thoughts are not you. Realize that maybe some of those thoughts were coping mechanisms back at the day. Realize that brain always thinks about the worst case scenario, because that's what it's for. If we were living in the wild, if we were living somewhere, we would need to know, in order to protect ourselves, the worst case scenario, which does not mean we have to participate in that, which does not mean we have to live through it in our heads, which does not mean we have to say, okay, let's stay in that feeling. No. What is that new you that it's going to have? That if that old thought were popping out, this new you would do? What is that new sentence, new behavior, new feeling? How would you think so that you would shift that and change that, and that you wouldn't feel that anymore? So you only know this. Not only that I can't work for you, do the work for you, but you know what ideal is for you. You know do things that make you feel good. Do things that make you feel joyful. Do things that make you feel playful. Do things that bring you relief. Do things that make you feel relaxed, that make you feel peace. For someone, it could be camping. Do more of that. It could be fishing for someone. Do more of that. So you plan in your head, what is it for you that you would like to improve your life, to be happier, to be more fulfilled? What would that new person be doing? But also the main point of everything is raising your vibration. And you raise your vibration by doing things that make you feel good. Like I said, for me, even the smallest things, like giving a smile to person I'm saying hello to in the street, wherever it is, even that already makes me feel better. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, dramatic, I don't know, expensive or whatnot. It can be those even small gestures. You improve your new self, getting familiar with your new self. New self is happier. New self is fulfilled. New self is joyous. New self has peace. Your new self is doing things that they love. What can you do now to actually get closer to your new self. So that's one thing, how I perceive and what I do for meditation. The second thing is just that silence, just focusing not necessarily on the breathing, although I make sure you breathe in and exhale as slowest as possible. However, I focus on that part between my ears. Again, I don't know what that is, but when I breathe, just basically that second part is being present in this moment, which is also the first part. However, in the first part, you can also create, deliberate, talk to yourself, deliberate, and just explore that. Whereas in this one is just silence. It's, if you've never heard silence before, I can't explain that to you. So it's not silence like everything is turned off. In meditation, you can hear silence. And only people that have had this, they're like, yeah, I can hear it too. But when you've never had this, so focus on that, what that does to you, to your brain, to the parts of you that make decisions throughout the day, to your emotions, to your thoughts, to everything that is going on in your life. There is a reason for that. There is a reason that it helps so many people. So if the meditation is not working for you, because I've been asked this question in the last live, I don't know, what are you doing that is not working for you? How are you perceiving the meditation to be that you think this isn't working for me? What is it? I didn't actually get the answer to, I feel like it's getting worse. What are you doing that you have the results of it's getting worse? Because if you're focusing on healing yourself, loving yourself, becoming a new version of yourself, on making sure that when you have these thoughts, let's say, that are not serving you, that you're conscious of them, that you're changing them, that when you have the emotions of, let's say you want to cry or just burst those emotions out, that you let them, there is no reason for that then to go downhill. So I just wish that person left a comment on specifically the details. However, that is the base. That is where you start. And when you do these things, there's no downhill. There's no it's making it worse. What could be happening is if you're in your head repeating constantly only the bad that is not serving you, the past experiences that you're bringing forward, continuously thinking about, I don't know, people that have done you wrong, and instead of meditating, you're only thinking and feeling the bad things that happened in your life. Bad. Because nothing is good or bad. It's how we perceive it. For you it can be bad, for someone else it doesn't have to be, but that is not serving you. So whatever that may be, if you spend, let's say, 15, 20 minutes, or you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I don't like doing this, I really don't want to be here, or I don't want to do this, why am I doing this, now I have to sit here, now this is happening. You're not changing your vibration. You're only making that, what you don't want, worse by focusing on it, by reinforcing it, by saying how bad it is. So when you meditate, when you shut everything down, when you just go from a place of empathy, curiosity, observing, probably the first thing that you'll notice if you're actually observing is, oh, I have a lot of thoughts that are not serving me. So instead of just going, this is rubbish, you are aware that you have a thought that was, this is rubbish. Do you understand me? The thought is not you. You're now the observer. You're the observer of the thoughts that are going inside your mind. So you're not going to go, oh, this is good, this is bad, this person did this to me, this happened to me, this I don't like. No. Now you're higher in a way. I have a thought that this isn't working out for me. I have a thought that, this bad thing might happen to me. I have a thought that, whatever it is will go downhill. I have a thought. I have thoughts. Thoughts are not me. I have a thought. When I was talking about being your authentic self, what does that mean, etc. And then someone wrote, yeah, you're being your authentic self, but you dye your hair. And I'm saying, no. I am not my hair. I have hair. I'm in this physical experience to experience physical. I'm here to play, to observe, to smell, to touch, to taste, to hear, to see. I'm here to just have fun, to be playful. My hair is not me. I have 2 arms, I have 2 legs, but my arms and legs are not who I am. They're not me. I just have this body so I can experience the physical, but they are not me. So when I was talking about being authentic and they mentioned that, I said, but you don't understand. This is not who I am. This is just me being playful, doing with my body, whatever I see. Again, being playful. So keep those 2 separate. Who you are, which is what meditation brings you, is that you realize that you are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are none of that. You're the most beautiful soul who is pure of love, pure of joy, pure of appreciation, that came into this physical to experience it. To experience also the emotions that you get with the ego that are not bad. The anger is not bad. It's how you are expressing it in a healthy or unhealthy way, which is, not serving you or serving you. And also, they are there to let us know what our future is going to be like. If emotion is our first manifestation, how I'm feeling now is what I'm going to get more of. The good news is it's not going to happen right now. So just because you had a thought that is not serving you and that feeling right now does not mean it's going to happen right now. So you still have time to change it. You still have time to create the better version of you, the better future for you, the better everything, your ideal that you want. So that's what meditation is about, observing who you actually are and what you actually do. You're the observer. Be the observer of the thoughts. And then you're like, I have those thoughts, but also I can change them. What do I want? Because of that, I would have these emotions that are not serving me, that I don't want to feel. Okay, what is it that I want? Practice this. What you get familiar with, what becomes the known, it's going to be manifested here in the now. And you always are only going to have now. Now, that's the other side of things are not happening straight away. People, when they wish for, £1 million, dollars, euros, when they're wishing for better health, when they're wishing for ideal partner, they want it now. Things don't happen now, but they will in the future now. In order for that to happen, you have to become the person that has that. You have to change so your reality could change. You have to be the person that is a millionaire first, before you see it physically manifested. You have to be the partner that has an ideal partner with you, which does not mean you're going to go around the town and you're speaking to your imaginary friends. You're going to sit down in meditation, being in that future, experiencing that future in the now, and then it will manifest. If you want better health, sit down in meditation and think, how does that feel? Maybe it feels without pain. Maybe it feels, I'm so relieved. There's peace. There are things that I would do if I were healthy. Now I'm doing it. The more you practice that new version of yourself, the more you practice that future that you want, when you feel that inside of you, that joy, that just ecstatic, can't believe it's finally over, if you want that to improve, for probably for health, like the pain is over, that thing that was tripping me, that I was so focused on, now it's over, now I can do things that I like. Practice. How would you feel? It's the emotion that is the first manifestation. How would you feel? You would probably cry from joy. You would be sobbing. You would be like, can't believe this is finally happening. A life without pain, a life with me being able to be free, a life with me not thinking about the finances because I'm financially free. I can do what I want. With me being with my ideal partner, that we can just share love with each other and grow together and have the same values and are just making every day the best days of our lives. What would all of that make you feel like when you practice that every single day until it happens? And it will happen. The point of all of that is to get familiar with that, so your brain doesn't go, you can't get that. Once you're familiar with it, the brain will be like, okay, that's our new reality. You will obviously do things, the behavior, everything will change around you, but the emotion is what gives us our manifestations. That is our GPS. So what you're feeling now is what you're getting. Do you like what you're feeling now or no? If you don't, change it. Practice, 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 practice. Every day, let's say the first thing you wake up is not check your phone, is not getting out of bed. Sit there, close your eyes. This is where I'm now. These are the thoughts, behaviors, actions that I don't like, that are not serving me. And let's say take 2 things that I'm going to be conscious and aware of when they happen throughout the day. And I'm just going to be observer of them. I'm not going to be participating in it. Then what can I do to stop that? So if you have negative thoughts, stop saying to yourself, I don't know, you idiot, but say yourself, okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying that. What can I replace it with? What would my future self be like? What would my future self say? They would encourage themselves. They would say, I am worthy. I love myself. I'm happy. I have peace. I'm so relaxed. I love this life. This is amazing. Maybe I don't know how to do it now. I'll learn it later, etc., etc., etc. How to what, darling? I will save this live because it's been 28 minutes now, and maybe I've mentioned how to for whatever that your question is, but just look back on it. And when this live ends, it needs processing and whatnot, so maybe you won't be able to see it straight away, but come back, I don't know, in an hour after I finish the live, or when it's finished with processing, you'll be able to see the live again if you have some questions. Because, and how to what? But I probably answered that anyway. So that is the whole point of meditation, to slow your thoughts down, to slow everything so you can be aware in the present moment, so you can be still, so you can feel better. And then just you practicing being, obviously you have to be aware where you are at now. Don't negate where you are now. Don't push away what you don't like right now. Don't say, oh, I'm shy, I hate it. That's not the meditation. The everything that I'm talking about, speaking about, telling you about is not to judge yourself, not to feel guilt, not to feel anything like that. Just to let you know how you can change it. The information is the number one thing you need to have. If you don't know how to, you can't do it. This is what I've been doing this whole video, describing you how, telling you the information. And if this isn't enough for you, read every single book Dr. Joe Dispenza has, and then afterwards ask me if there is any, thing that is unclear for you. I have his book here if anyone is interested of me reading maybe something about meditation. But basically you have science behind this. You have people's testimonials online. You can even go on YouTube and search Dr. Joe Dispenza testimonials. And then you'll see people, maybe you need to be inspired, maybe you need more proof to convince yourself that this works. Maybe you need more proof to inspire yourself, because how I can give you all the information. Maybe it just needs that one step for you to actually do this. Maybe it needs that one step for you to actually say, okay, I'm going to be working on this every single day, and then I'll be noticing the changes. And the truth is, when you start noticing synchronicities, first it's going to feel really, really weird. Like, I can't believe that happened. Like, one of the synchronicities that was so this is just, I'm saying probably one of the smallest ones I've ever had. I plugged my phone, and I do believe in angel numbers. And every time there are angel numbers or some sort of indicator, look into this a bit further. I always do. I always go and see, what the number I had, what it means, what it means. And I had 0909 time on the 9th of, I don't know which one, it wasn't September, and I put the charger on, and it was, I think, 99% or something with the 9 again. And what I didn't realize is that it told me there's 9 minutes left for it to be fully charged. And I remember sending this to my mates, and they actually circled it like this. Even this part, which I didn't even see, was even more like, wow. Even that 9 minute left remaining to be fully charged was mind-blowing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe. So obviously the universe was telling me, look into number 9 and what does it mean? And I went on, obviously, the internet, Googled what it means. And you can have lovely messages like this. If you need confirmation from the universe, ask for them. Ask for them. Don't be in the state of lack. Be in the vibration of you receiving that. Be in the vibration of receiver. That's why you're doing all of these things, to be able to relax, to be able to slow yourself down, to be able to stop that chitter chatter, to be able to observe your thoughts as opposed to you thinking you're your thoughts. Once you're the observer, you're not your thoughts, you're not your body. Is that much easier to change it. It's like a remote. Maybe you're watching this channel and then you step back and you realize, oh, I'm holding the remote. So it's not the channel. I just have to change the channel, and that's it. And then I'm going to stop watching what I don't like, and I'll start watching what I do like. So once you realize you're the one who's holding the remote, you're the one who's writing your future, you're the one who's creating the life that you want. When you truly believe that, I think we just forgot that. So this isn't me trying to convince you of anything. This is me simply reminding you that you are the creator of your own reality. You are that person that can change your now by practicing it every single day, by being it. And then once you become that person, you'll get all the confirmations of that. At this moment, you're getting all the confirmation of your past actions, thoughts, behaviors, emotions. So now you can change that, which I've explained how earlier, and practice. So when in a day, let's say you woke up, you told yourself, I'm the one in control. You're not getting up from this bed at all until we sit down 10-15 minutes, going through what I've said, analyzing this, what are we going to become, how can I express myself in the best way possible today. And then when I decide that you, the body, are going to get up, then you're going to get up. We're not going to get up because you think you have to, something's rushing, you're running out of time, you need to go to the toilet. No. That's your body preventing you from getting that like a new upload, because it's familiar with the old self. Now this new self is interfering with the known. This is the unknown, and it's going to be going against it, because usually brain, when it sees the unknown, it sees it as a danger. But once you know you're not that, you're not your thoughts, then you're going to be sitting here, and every thought that I have, I'll be observing it. Now you can set a timer, you can do whatever you want. But then when I decide, if I decided I'm going to be sitting here for 15 minutes, we're going to be doing that. And we're not going to get up until we finish the process that I've had planned for us today. So I'm the one in control. Once you establish that control over you, your thoughts, your body, once you're able to really understand that you are in control, really understand that you are who can control. The only thing you can control is your thoughts. That's the only thing that you can control. How you think, how you feel, how you behave. That's all on you. Not because it's your fault, because it's your, whatever that may be. That's your superpower. But people have convinced you that, you're the victim. Some of you are probably being addicted to the feeling of being a victim. Some of you are probably addicted to the feeling of feeling guilty. You're not even aware of it, because you're like, well, I don't want that. Why would I want that? I don't want to feel guilty. No one says you want to feel guilty. But some of you, your body is just addicted to it, because that's what you've been doing constantly. And brain loves the known. Brain likes repetition. Brain likes everything that you've been doing so far. And that's the addictions to the emotions that is really, really challenging sometimes to overcome. And we think addictions to drug and whatnot. And people are addicted to feeling sad. People are addicted to feeling angry. And then they're doing all of these things, making stories up, not consciously, subconsciously, making stories up so they can have another boost of that anger, another boost of that sadness, another boost of that guilt. And they're going to be adding things on, bringing stories from the past, probably embellishing it a little bit because it's not as effective now as it was before. This all happens subconsciously. This is why being aware of your thoughts, your actions, your feelings is so important, because it's all of the things that happened in your past. The brain is the record of your past. So if you have a boost of adrenaline, let's say when you felt anger, and now you're doing that for 10, 20 years, you're going to be blaming, well, it's the world's fault, it's my partner's fault, it's my kid's fault, it's their fault, it's my mom's fault. And you're just going to be boosting yourself up with these thoughts so you can have another boost of adrenaline, because some of you are addicted to feeling anger and you don't even know it. This is why it's so challenging sometimes to change, because you're addicted to certain emotion, addicted to that, I'm saying addicted so many times on purpose. Because next time when you try something, let's say you feel sad, you feel guilty, you are addicted to the feeling of always doing something wrong, of never doing anything right, and you always have that feeling, always. Let's say you start meditation and the first day it doesn't work anything for you. You're convinced nothing good happened here. You're gonna do, your body, your brain, everything has a different memory. They're gonna keep trying and push that new information, push that new experience, push that unknown away, because we're still addicted. And then you're going to go, see, this doesn't work, I'm not doing something right, this isn't, I'm the one who's at fault. You're going back to your addiction of being the victim, of never doing anything right, of feeling the sad, whatever that may be. You're just addicted to it. If you look from it from the perspective of addiction, I want to break. What do you have to do when there's someone who is addicted, I don't know, to gambling, let's say? What do I have to do? Stop gambling. If someone is addicted to alcohol, what do I have to do? Stop drinking alcohol. If I'm addicted to this emotion, and the emotion is triggered by the thoughts that we have, and then eventually it becomes a memory, what do I have to do? Mom, if you're watching this, you called me, but I'll call you back later. What do you have to do? Stop having those thoughts. Observe. That's why I keep saying observe. In a meditation, you observe. These are my thoughts. I don't want that. Let's stop that. Let's put something better in. Hello from Scotland. Hello. If you probably started speaking Scottish now, I probably would not understand you. But it's nice when I hear Scottish accents and I'm like, great, I just don't understand what they're saying. So I'm really hoping that this was, I always try to make it as simple as possible. I always try not to use as many scientific terms, not to use as many of those fancy words, because if you've never tried this before, if you've never done this, if you don't know how to, if you've never interacted maybe with someone who's explaining it in this way, I want it to be as simple as possible for you. And if any of you missed, we're in the 42nd minute now of this live. I'll save this live, and it might not come up as soon as I finish it, but once it's processed, uploaded, whatever that they do, it's going to be there. So look for it a bit later. I would say an hour after I finish, but whenever that may be. So if you want to learn how to meditate, if you want to know what is meditation, if you want to know what to do, what are your steps, how to do it. And also you can start by 2 minutes a day. Don't let it be over 5 minutes. I keep encouraging people when they try new stuff, whether it's meditation, whether it's exercising, whether it's implementing new thing in your life, eating healthier, do small steps. So let's say if you're a person who all of the 3 meals, let's say, eat unhealthy, and you always order food. Well, maybe when you order food the next time, have something healthy with it. Maybe afterwards you'll eat an apple. If you're exercising, if you're going to the gym, don't stay for longer than 5 minutes. I keep repeating this, but it's so important because you're practicing the habit of showing up, not necessarily just yet practicing of getting better at it. So in the beginning, none of it might work for you. The first day, the second day, maybe around the 7th, maybe after a month. What you want to tell yourself is, I'm going to be here until it starts working. And until I can see how this is benefiting me, or I can see that I'm feeling better, or see synchronicities, I see manifestations, I'm not going to go over 5 minutes. Start small. If you meditate every day from 2 to 5 minutes, you choose. Every single day, you have 2 minutes, you have 5 minutes when you wake up or before you go to bed. When everyone is asleep, let's say, before going to bed, you say, okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes and then I'm going to fall asleep. You always have 5 minutes. Don't go over. Set the timer on your phone and put it on vibrate if everyone is asleep. You don't want to wake someone up. Or if everything is dark, I put it on silent. But then because the telephone goes bright when the alarm comes on, so there's no sound, there's no vibration, but because it's pitch dark, my eyes obviously can register when the light comes on, and I don't wake anyone up, but I can still, I know that the alarm is going. So then when you do 5 minutes a day, every single day, then after a month, after 2 months, after 3 months, when you see that this is your new habit, and also you will want to do this. Eventually you're gonna switch from I have to do this. This is where's the starting point. It feels uncomfortable. My mind says this is rubbish. It's not gonna work. I'm not seeing the confirmation. You're gonna go from all of that to I feel a little bit of ease. Today something happened to me that didn't before. Today, maybe I have a synchronicity of meeting a new person that tell me about something that I liked, or you're gonna see synchronicities. There's so many different that can happen to you. And then you're gonna say, ah, so this is how it works. Oh, I like this. And then you're gonna have more of those, okay, what if I do 10 minutes now instead of 5? Let's see how better it can get. Let's see what else will happen to my life. Let's see what other wonderful things, what other synchronicities will I have. And then you'll go back to meditation, not because you have to, not because, you're trying to prove anything, but because you like it, because you like how you feel. And maybe one day you'll have more of a challenge of raising your vibration, of being the observer of your thoughts, and then you're going to say, oh, I want to meditate the second time now, oh, I want to meditate another time now. And maybe instead of meditating just one a day, you'll meditate 3 times a day because it feels so good, because it's raising your vibration, because it's reminding you you're the observer, you're the one in control, because it's giving you that boost. And you'll no longer have to be, I have to meditate, I want to, oh, I can't wait, oh, I'm looking forward to it, oh, I made the time for it for myself. Because when keep in mind, whatever your vibration that you have is affecting the whole world's vibration. So you raising your vibration is raising the vibration of the world. You raising, and I don't know, feeling hopeful at least, for now. It doesn't have to be joy and appreciation and, love, the purest love, not the one that people say love hurts. You're raising you're raising the world's vibration. So what do you want the world's vibration to be? Do you want it to be hate? Do you want it to be sadness? Do you want it to be boredom? Or do you want it to be hopeful? Do you want it to be playful? Do you want it to be love, joy, peace, serenity, being relaxed, calmness? What is the vibration that you want the world to have? And then be it. Because the vibration that you have is affecting the whole world's vibration. Isn't that amazing? So we actually do have a saying and can change the world. It starts by changing ourselves, our vibration, how we feel, the emotion. The emotion is the first manifestation. What you're feeling is what you're gonna get. If you don't like the emotion, change it. And I've explained for the last almost 48-ish minutes now what to do, where to go, which you can, go back when this live is over and look at it again. And again, sometimes for me, it clicked when I would hear the same sentence for 1,000 times. And maybe in a while from now, it doesn't have to be this video, maybe a video that you found that maybe it resonated with you or something was attractive to that video. After a certain time, a week, 2, a month, whatever that may be for you, go back to that video. Go back to that inspired you. You know how many times we watch a certain video, but because we're not aligned with certain information, we do not register it. We do not hear it. The amount of times I watched the same video when I was in low vibration, when I was higher than that, when I was higher than that, when I was higher than that, all 4 times, let's say, I heard it differently. I heard things that I've never heard before. And I've seen that video maybe even 50 times before that. Trying to learn, trying to absorb, trying to memorize, trying to be aware of, trying to get this information so that I can implement it. And I've never heard, let's say, this sentence ever before. But I've watched this video so many times. This is why it's important to raise our vibration, because once we're aligned with that, we're gonna hear things that we've never heard before, even if we watch that video 1,000 times, even if we thought we memorized it by heart, everything. For the first time, you'll hear something. It's gonna click for you. It's gonna be that aha moment. How on earth did I not hear or get this? How did it not click before? Because you weren't ready for that. Because your vibration was lower. Because you weren't aligned with that you can hear now, because you're here instead of here. This is why it's so important. This is why it comes from you. This is why the work on ourselves. This is why you can't expect from outside to change in order for you to change. Because you can have 10 different solutions in front of you. If you're focused on the problem, you don't register them. You don't see them. It doesn't click for you. When you change the vibration from within you, then you can see solution, solution, solution. Do you know how many times, because my vibration was higher, I would have the solution first and then I would have the problem. For instance, let's say, I don't know, you lost a wallet, but you didn't realize you lost it yet. And someone calls you and said, oh, I have your wallet, everything is inside, don't worry about it, I'll get it to you in 5 minutes. That is the solution before the problem. Or maybe someone is offering you a free space somewhere and you're saying, well, I don't need it now. And later on, maybe the space that you had got cancelled. You're like, oh, well, they actually offered me, but I said no because we didn't have this problem. But you have the solution before the problem. This is what, so many great things happen when you raise your vibration. So many wonderful things happen that you can't maybe even comprehend if you've never experienced this before. So I'm here to remind you of all of this, that you are the creator, that you can have the life of your dreams, that you can live happily ever after. By doing all of these things, by knowing that you're the observer, that you're in control, practice that control over your body. Practice that. We're going to be sitting down now for 10 minutes. You're not going to go anywhere. It's like an animal, like a dog. Sit there until I say go up, you can't get up. Train your body, train to be in control. That will lead you to new things. Oh, now that I've mastered this, now I can move on, master something else. Now I can improve on it. Now I can add on it. Now I can change my thoughts into this. It's you being the observer first, knowing you're not your thoughts, you're not your body, knowing that your emotions are the first manifestation. So what thoughts can I think to feel better, to have better? It's not have then be, it's being then having. So once you become that person, then you can have what you want. If you want an ideal partner, are you the ideal partner? Would you be with yourself? A lot of people say, oh, I want someone because I'm lonely, or I want someone to keep me company, or I want someone I can go to concerts, to restaurants with, or I want someone. Why aren't you that to yourself? Oh, I want someone that is going to give me pure love, that it's going to be my best friend. Are you that? Make a list of ideal partner. I'm going to have to find mine when I was 18 years old or younger. I think it was around that time. I had 200 points of ideal partner. Not blue eyes, blue hair, but I had the values, how we are treating each other, how are we there for one another, that we are understanding to one another, that we don't offend one another with mean words. I'm not the person who's going to say mean words when I'm angry. I'm not going to say, I don't know, you're stupid or you're incompetent or whatever, and then afterwards regret it. I'm not going to say them. You can write, when we're angry or upset, we make sure to go to our separate, let's say, rooms. And then when we calm down, we continue with our conversation. But then you have to be that person. Be the person you want to be with. If you were waiting for your ideal partner to ask you out and to go into a restaurant, take yourself out in the restaurant. Enjoy the date with yourself. Love yourself. You want a person that is going to come to you happy, fulfilled, that is not going to ask for you to make them happy, but that it's going to add on their happiness. You don't want a person that comes to you that is going to be sad, miserable, disappointed in life, hates life, and then is dependent on you to make them happy. Or maybe you're like that. You want someone else to make you happy. because you can't see yourself happy at this moment. You think you need to have that ideal partner in order to feel happy, in order to feel loved. You can have all of that now without that person. Again, you think, be the observer of that thought. You think, so change the thought that is not serving you. You think this is what you need. Create that new future. How does it feel like? What is the emotion that I'm getting? Am I finally crying from joy that it's happening? How am I spending my time? And then in this moment, just be that towards yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be there for yourself. Ask yourself out on a date and then take yourself out on a date. Love yourself. I don't want a person in my life to come and they're just miserable, unhappy, they don't want to change, they don't want to grow, they hate the world. How are you adding on my life? And when I'm trying to, let's say, add on yours, you're rejecting it. You're like, no, I want to stay feeling addicted to this. The only thing I can do in those situations, if let's say there's a person that doesn't want to change and maybe they're close to me, is just have fun with them. It's just show them, if I can, that there's some things about life that it feels good, but I'm not going to be telling them you have to do this, you have to do that. That's why I'm having this channel. You can gather the information. I can give you more like where to look for the information. Then when you have the information, you're the one who's doing all of these things with you, for everyone. Because like I said, when you raise your vibration, you raise the vibration of the world. What do you want vibration of the world to be like? That's what you have to find inside yourself. That's what you need to practice inside yourself. That's the emotion you have to feel. And then you ask yourself, okay, what are the steps that I can do to get there? And like I say in meditation, when you feel the scenario, when you have better thoughts, when you change who you are as a person, your reality changes. And then you're just going to want to improve and be better and get better, help more people, raise the vibration even higher, and so on and so forth. It's almost an hour live, so I'm really hoping that this helped, especially the person that was commenting yesterday, and maybe you'll see this a bit later because I'll leave the live on once it's processed. It's going to be there. So I'm really, really grateful that you're one of those people that are getting more and more awake. The whole world is waking up right now. We know that there's something that they've been teaching us so far that is not serving us, that maybe doesn't make some sense. We know there's something better. We know this isn't maybe feeling right. And I'm happy that you're one of those people that want to work on themselves, that want a better life, better world, and that you're working on that better world because you are part of that world. I'm hoping you're getting this. You are the part of that world. You change yourself for the best possible way. You change the whole world. The vibration that goes around you is different, is affecting other people around you wherever you go. Now, how do you want to affect people? In the way that is serving them and serving you, or in the way that it's not serving you? If it's not serving you, it's not going to be serving them. So thank you for wanting to know more. Thank you for researching, exploring. Thank you for implementing. Thank you, even if you just made that decision. Thank you for making the decision to be better towards yourself, to love yourself more, to feel good, to do all of those, I wanted to say necessary, but changes, making conscious changes. Don't leave anything by chance. You are the one who should, create that future, create your day. You don't have to create the whole next 20 years, even just this day. If you got out of the bed without checking the phone, without checking tomorrow morning, anything, sit down, create your day. What's it gonna feel like? What are the emotions that you're going to have? What are the thoughts that I'm going to think today? When I finish this day, how excited and grateful am I going to be? Create the day for yourself. And then each day, just be the creator of your own reality. Remember, your personality is creating your personal reality. You don't like the reality that you're seeing now, you have to change your personality first. With the change of yourself, you'll have the change in what you're seeing outside of you. Loving you so much. See you next time. Bye.